Well, students, in the last session I discussed about operators and expression. In this session I am going to discuss decision making and branching. So decision making and branching, when the branching is based on particular condition, then it is known as conditional branching. If the branching takes place without any decision, is known as a unconditional branching. Here we see two type. One is conditional branching and another is unconditional branching. So the branching is based on a condition, means then it is called a conditional branching. When branching takes place without any condition, means then it is called unconditional branching. So decision making statements are three types, that is if statement, switch statement and conditional operator statements. So first one is if statement. So if statements again we write in four types, that is simple if statement, if else statement, nested if else statement and else if ladder statement. Okay, first one is simple if statement. If the test expression is true, the statement block will be executed, otherwise the statement block will be skipped and execution will jump to the statement X. So we given a general form. Here we see the condition and we check for the condition. If test expression means that is a condition, that condition is true means it will execute the statement block and it will go to the statement X. If the test expression, that is that condition is false, means it will jump to the statement X directly without executing the statement block. This is simple if. Okay, so a condition true ಇದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ನ ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So we see one example. In this example we are using a simple if statement. So it will count the number of persons who are having a height and weight. Okay, so here we return class if test in public static void main I declared some count1 and count2. Okay, then float array I am taken here, weight array and height array. So I am initializing value here itself. So weight array having five elements, that is 24.0, 55.0, 47.0, 51.0 and 54.0. And height array having 176.5, 174.2, 168.0, 170.7 and 169.0. Okay, so these are the floating values, so we represented using f here. In Java, float and double both are pointing values, right? So but we can differentiate that for double values we does not use f, but floating values we should put f here, that is 24.0 f. That number should be that is followed by f here. Every floating value should be represented using f. Okay, then we initialize 0 for count and count1 and count2. So we are initializing count equals 0, count1 equals 0 and count2 equals 0. And we are writing a for loop here because some condition should be repeatedly checked using here iterative method we want, means we are using a looping statement. Here I am using for loop. So what it will make means it will check for the condition, that condition is true means it will again check for the if statement. If condition is true, it will execute some statement true block, otherwise it will jump, it will skip these statement that it will come out. Okay, from if. Okay, so here I taken I equal 0, I less than or equal to 4, because there are 5 members are there. So I less than or equal to 4 ವರೆಗೂ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ who having weight and height. So here weight of I is less than 50 and height of I is greater than 170. That is the if condition. That condition is true means it will execute count1 equals count1 plus 1. Otherwise it will skip that statement, directly it will move to the count equals count plus 1. So first person is, that is 0th position, I equals 0, 0 less than 4 true. Again it will come inside the for loop. It will check for the condition. Weight of 0, that is array means it will begins with 0. Right, so weight of 0 ge 24.0 ಇದೆ, weight of 1 ge 55.0 ಇದೆ, weight of 2 ge 47.0, weight of 3 ge 51.0, weight of 4 ge 54.0. Similarly height of 0 ge 176.5, so on. Height of 4 ವರೆಗೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. array will begin with 0 index, right? So here weight of 0, that is first element 24.0 is less than 50 na check ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, it is true. Then height of 0, that is height of 0 ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ 176.5 which is greater than 170 na check ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Both condition are true because 24 is less than 50, 176 is greater than 170. So both condition is true means then AND gate will what it will do, true only it will represent, that is both the condition are true, it gives true. So if true means it will execute the block, that is count 1 equals count 1 plus 1. Count 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಇದೆ, 0 plus 1 means count 1 becomes 1 here. Again it will come out and it will count the number of persons who are how many persons are there, it will count, that is count equals count plus 1. So count ಅಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, 0 plus 1 means 1 person value weight and height ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಈಗ next I is incremented, I becomes 1 less than 4, true. Again it will come inside the loop because condition is true. Then it will check for the another condition, if weight of 1 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ that is 55.0 is less than 50 ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ height of 1 is greater than 70 ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. height of 1 ಅಂದರೆ 174 is greater than 170 ನ. ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ 55 is less than 50 ಫಾಲ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಆಯಿತು. ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟ್ರೂ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿ it will execute the true part. When one condition is false means it will not execute the true part. Okay, if condition that is if ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಸೊ ವೈ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 1 ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 1 ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಯಿತು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವೇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೈಟ್ ಈಸ್ not satisfied for that condition. Okay, again I is incremented, I becomes 2 less than 4, true. So weight of 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ 47 ಮತ್ತು 168 ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಅದು ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೌಂಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟೆಡ್, ಐ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ 3 less than 4, true. So weight of 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 51 ಇದೆ, then height of 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 170 ಇದೆ. So 51 is less than 50, false. 170 is greater than 70, false. It is equal ಆಯಿತು. So why both the condition are false means again it will not execute the if statement, it will come out and execute count equals count plus 1. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 4 ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದರೆ I 4 ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 4 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಆಯಿತು. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಲೂಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ವೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ 4 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ 54 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ 4 ಅಂದರೆ 169. 54 ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 50, ಫಾಲ್ಸ್. ಹೈಟ್ 169 ಈಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 170, ಫಾಲ್ಸ್. ಬೋತ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟೆಡ್, ಕೌಂಟ್ 1 ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 1 ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಕೌಂಟ್ 1 ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಕೌಂಟು 5 ಆಯ್ತು ಇವಾಗ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಐ 5 ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 4, ಫಾಲ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಔಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 1. ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಕೌಂಟ್ 1 ಅಂದರೆ ಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಇದೆ, 5 ಪೀಪಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ದೆನ್ ಕೌಂಟ್ 1 ಈಸ್ 1 ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಯಾರ್ದು ಹೈಟ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 50 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೈಟ್ ವೇಟ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 50 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೈಟ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 170 ಇದೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಪರ್ಸನಿನ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸೊ ಕೌಂಟ್ 1 ಇದೆ, ಕೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು 5 ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ 5 minus 1 becomes 4. ಸೊ ಕೌಂಟ್ 2 ಒಳಗಡೆ 4 ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ವೇಟ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 50 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೈಟ್ 170 ಈಸ್ 1, ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ 4 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ವೇಟ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 50 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೈಟ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 170 ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1, ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ 4. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇಫ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇಫ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತು, that is it will check for the condition and it will execute the if block statements when the condition is true. Otherwise it will skip the statement and it will move to the next statement. That is after if whatever the statements are there, it will execute those. Okay, so next is if else statement. In if else statement we see two blocks. One is if the test expression is true, then the true block statement immediately follows the if statement are executed, otherwise the false blocks are executed. So here we check for the condition. If condition is true, it will execute true block statement. If condition is false, means it will skip the true block statement and it will move to the else part. After writing if, we are writing a else block. So in that else block, false block statement will be executed and it will move to the statement X. If condition is true, means it will execute true block statement and it will move to the statement X. It will not execute false block when the condition is true. So this will happen in if else statement. So if condition is true, then it will execute true block, otherwise it will execute false block and it will move to the statement X. Okay, so one simple example, that is if here we check for the even and odd numbers. We given one array, that is number array, in that having 5 elements, 50, 65, 56, 71 and 78. So here each and every array element we are checking, that is it is divided by 2, means then even number should be incremented. It is not divisible by 2, means then odd should be incremented. So I take an even and odd variable. It is initialized to 0 here, and here I want looping statement. I equal 0 to I less than number dot length. Number dot length means length is a built-in variable which will check the size of an array. So array name is number here. Number dot length means it will give the size of an array, that is it having a 5 elements, so it will give 5. So 0 less than 5 true, it will enter into the if block, and if it will check for the condition. Number of I means number of I value is 0. Number of 0 means 50. 50 mod 2 is equal to 0. True, even is incremented. Else party ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. Again I increment ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. I 1 ಆಯಿತು. 1 is less than number dot length ಅಂದರೆ 5. So 1 is less than 5 true. Again it will come inside the loop and it will check for the condition. Number of 1 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 65. 65 mod 2 is equal to 0, that is modulus remainder 0 ಬರುತ್ತಾ ನೋಡಿ. So ಬರಲ್ಲ, so it will move to the else part and odd number will be incremented. Again I is incremented, I becomes 2. 2 less than 5 true. Number of 2 ali 56 ಇದೆ. 56 mod 2 is equal to 0. True ಆಯಿತು. even is incremented. Again I is incremented, I becomes 3. 3 less than 5 true. So number of 3 means 71. 71 mod 2 is equal to 0. That it becomes false. Then odd is incremented. I again it will move to the loop, that is I increment ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. I becomes 4. 4 less than 5 true. So number of 4 is 81. 81 mod 2 is equal to 0. false. Odd number is incremented. Again I is incremented, I becomes 5. 5 less than 5 false. So for loop condition false ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ loop ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So then it will print the statements even number equals even and odd number equals odd. So how many evens are there here? 2 even numbers are there, 3 odd numbers are there. So what it will give, the output will be even number equals 2 and odd number equals 3. Here in the same statement only we are written, that is even number which is in control string double quotes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. then plus even is a variable name, so ಅದಕ್ಕೆ double quotes ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. again plus odd number ನ double quotes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ because ಅದು string, plus odd which is a ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ನ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಕೋಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಬರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ನ ಡಬಲ್ ಕೋಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ನ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಕನ್ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ಎಲ್ಎನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಈವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕೋಲನ್ ಈವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 2 ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ಅದ್ರ ಪಕ್ಕನೇ ಆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕೋಲನ್ ಆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೆದರ್ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಲೈನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪುಟ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, otherwise you can write in a separate line. So next is nesting of if else statement. Okay, so in the next session I will continue with the nesting of if else statement. So you study about simple if and if else statement. Okay, so thank you.